All right, let's just jump right in with a question. And, it might feel a little pointed, maybe even a bit uncomfortable. But what if understanding incompetence, especially in ourselves, is the real key to becoming truly effective? Well, let's find out.
I mean, this is so true, isn't it? You've seen it, I've seen it, we all have. It's the word we use for that coworker who drives us crazy, or that manager who just doesn't get it, or, just people these days. It's so easy to spot out there, but it's almost impossible to see in the mirror. Well, today we're going to take that rare look in the mirror.
Okay, so before we go any further, let's get one thing straight. This isn't about your IQ. It's not about how many degrees you have hanging on the wall or what your fancy job title is. We need to completely redefine what we're talking about here. And this right here is the key. It totally reframes the whole idea. See, we tend to think incompetence is about intelligence or experience or job titles, but it's not. It's about behavior. It's about the patterns that show up over and over again. And most importantly, it's about our knee-jerk responses when things get tough. So here's the bottom line. It's a behavioral pattern. It's all about how we respond to failure, how we handle disagreement, and, this is a big one, how we distribute blame. It's about what you do when the pressure is on. Are you trying to fix things, or are you trying to protect yourself? That's what we're about to dig into. All right, here we go. The 5-question diagnostic. Think of this as a private look in the mirror. I'm going to run through 5 questions, and for this to actually work, you got to be honest with yourself. I mean, really honest. Go with your first gut reaction. It's just for you. Nobody's grading this. Ready? Okay, question 1. When something goes wrong at work, what's your very first instinct? Is it A, to find what in the system allowed it to happen? B, to just fix the problem quietly and move on? C, to look for who is responsible? Or D, to explain why it wasn't really your fault? Take a second. What's your gut reaction? All right, question 2. Picture this. You're in a meeting and someone challenges an idea you have. How do you react? Do you A, ask questions and see if you need to adjust? B, defend your position with facts and data? C, kind of take it personally and get defensive? Or D, dismiss the other person as, not a team player? Question 3. Let's talk about meetings. Which one of these statements best describes the meetings you're in? A, decisions are actually made and tracked. B, issues get discussed, then assigned out. C, the same problems seem to pop up week after week. Or D, meetings are really just there to create the appearance of control. Be honest. Okay, question 4 is a big one. How do you treat people who know more than you? Are you A, trying to learn from them, B, collaborating with them, C, keeping them at a distance, or D, maybe even trying to undermine them a little? And last one, question 5. A project doesn't go as planned. The results, they're not great. When you're thinking about why, what's your conclusion? Is it A, our process needs to be improved? B, we just didn't have the right information? C, people didn't execute properly? Or D, external forces just made success impossible? Okay, you've got your 5 answers. Now, here's the thing. It's not about getting a certain score. The individual answers don't matter as much as the pattern they create. And what that pattern reveals? Well, it's all about blame and defense. So what is the pattern? It's actually really simple. It's all about where you focus your attention. Is it outward or is it inward? And take a look at this. It lays it all out perfectly. The competent focus, your A and B answers, is all about the system, the solution, curiosity, action. It's about accountability. But the incompetent focus, your C and D answers, man, that's all about blame, excuses, defense, dismissal. It's about protecting yourself instead of making progress. So if you found yourself leaning towards C and D, what does that mean? It points to a focus on blaming people over fixing systems. It suggests a certain emotional fragility, where any challenge feels like a personal attack. It's about insecure leadership traits. And at the very bottom of it all, it's a refusal to really look in the mirror and examine yourself. Okay, now if any of that felt a little close to home, listen up. That's the whole point. That discomfort you might be feeling, that's not a bad thing. In fact, that's a good thing. It means you're ready for what comes next. Because awareness, that's always the first step. This quote says it all. If you answer honestly, the results may be uncomfortable. That discomfort is not the problem, it is the beginning of competence. Think about that. That feeling isn't the problem, it's the solution starting to happen. It's the moment you become aware. And that awareness is everything. So how many steps have you taken? 1. That's right. Just by going through this, just by being honest with yourself for a few minutes, you've already taken the first and hardest step. You've chosen to be aware.
You know, the most dangerous people in any organization are the ones who never, ever question themselves. They're the ones who would have laughed this quiz off. But you didn't. Your awareness is your secret weapon. It's your advantage. And ultimately, that's the whole point. The purpose of this quiz is not to judge you. It is to determine whether you are ready to stop being part of the problem. This was never about slapping a label on you. It was about asking a question. And now that you have this awareness, the only thing that matters is what you decide to do with it.